Envision yourself entering a market in the 19th century, and instead of silver coins or paper bills, someone hands you a note crafted from plastic. No, you haven't time traveled, nor are we discussing a credit card. We find ourselves in Haiti, amidst the 1800s, where money underwent a transformation as unorthodox as it was visionary. Did you know that long before the invention of credit cards or modern plastic banknotes, there existed an immortal money? A nearly indestructible, flexible coin resistant to water, heat, and time. And it wasn't created by any economic power or global financial center. It was in Haiti, a nation marked by revolutions, extreme poverty, and abundant creativity, that one of the most curious monetary experiences in history emerged. Gutta-Percha banknotes, a type of natural plastic. But what prompted one of America's poorest nations to embrace such an unusual material for its currency? Was it merely a paper shortage, or was there a deeper motive? How was this type of note received by the populace? And why, despite its durability and practicality, did this model fail to gain widespread adoption globally? In this video, you will discover how crisis, scarcity, and improvisation can evolve into ingenious solutions. We will delve into the origins of these early banknotes, understand their advantages, analyze the challenges they faced, and uncover why they are so overlooked today despite being precursors to modern money in many aspects. Prepare yourself for a tale where necessity begets invention, where money abandons its paper form and embraces a futuristic material, a material from the past. A story that reveals how, in times of adversity, even plastic can transform into currency, quite literally. Intrigued? Then stay with us and discover how 19th century Haiti, perhaps unknowingly, birthed one of history's earliest forms of smart money. To comprehend how Haiti arrived at the notion of generating revenue from gutta-percha, we must journey back to the tumultuous 19th century. Haiti, having ascended to the status of the world's first black republic following a bloody revolution that expelled French colonists, found itself burdened with the exorbitant price of liberty. Economically and diplomatically ostracized by Western powers, the nation plunged into decades of instability, crippling debts, and acute scarcity. Haitian institutions were struggling to function, despite lacking the basic resources that other nations took for granted. One of the challenges they faced was currency issuance. The paper used in banknotes was of poor quality, imported at a high cost, and highly susceptible to tropical humidity, wear and tear, and most alarmingly, counterfeiting. It was within this context that the audacious idea arose to create banknotes using gutta-percha, a plant resin extracted from Southeast Asian trees that had begun to gain notoriety in Europe and the United States as a groundbreaking material. Flexible when heated, resilient when dry, impermeable, and difficult to tear or deform, gutta-percha was used for submarine cables, weapon grips, and even dental prosthetics. Why not put it to the test as a base for currency? The Haitian government, or perhaps local entrepreneurs with state authorization, began experimenting with the material. The banknotes were molded, printed, and put into circulation in commercial areas like fairs, ports, and markets, places where durability and water resistance were highly prized qualities. With an unusual tactile texture and an appearance almost alien by the standards of the time, these notes drew attention wherever they went. They lacked the lightness of paper, but offered something more valuable: trust. In a country where paper disintegrated in the rain and was easily counterfeited, gutta-percha banknotes became a symbol of resilience and practicality. Difficult to forge, nearly indestructible, they earned the informal moniker of immortal money. But this innovative experiment was just beginning, and it would soon face challenges that would test the limits of Haitian creativity. As the gutta-percha notes began circulating in Haiti's urban and commercial centers, the effects of this innovation quickly became apparent. Merchants lauded the durability of the new currency. It could be handled at the seaside, under the scorching sun, or during a tropical storm without fear of it dissolving in one's hands. In bustling markets, where metallic coins were cumbersome and paper bills deteriorated rapidly, the novelty seemed a tailor-made solution for the local conditions. Furthermore, gutta-percha provided something invaluable during times of upheaval: security. Unlike paper, which was notoriously difficult to standardize and susceptible to counterfeiting, gutta-percha printing demanded specialized molds and tools coupled with a thermal process that proved challenging for counterfeiters to replicate. This effectively mitigated fraud and, at least provisionally, instilled greater confidence in the currency. However, not all was idyllic. Logistical and economic challenges soon emerged. The first was cost. Despite its durability, gutta-percha needed to be imported from Asia, traversing European trade networks, a process that not only made production expensive but also rendered Haiti dependent on external suppliers. The second hurdle was technical limitation. Being a moldable material, unlike printable paper, banknotes required fixed forms, hindering large-scale production with diverse denominations and sophisticated security features. In addition to this, there was a cultural barrier. Many Haitians, particularly in rural areas, were wary of this rubber money. The sticky texture, the peculiar smell of the resin, and the unfamiliar appearance engendered distrust among a segment of the population, who preferred to continue using metal coins or paper banknotes even if fragile. Instead of simplifying transactions, the gutta-percha notes began to polarize opinions. The international community was also unsupportive. Haiti was already grappling with prejudice and distrust from Western nations. The monetary innovation, instead of being lauded as a breakthrough, was met with skepticism. There was no external interest in adopting or adapting the model, and even internally, its influence waned over time, particularly as the country remained mired in economic hardship. With the passage of time, gutta-percha notes have become more of a historical curiosity than a common practice. They were quietly withdrawn from circulation, without extensive official records, and many were lost to history. Today, they are exceedingly rare. Some have survived in private collections and museums where they evoke fascination for the audaciousness and originality they embodied in a time of extraordinary adversity. Nevertheless, the legacy is clear. Long before modern technology brought contactless cards, bank chips, and plastic notes, 19th century Haiti dared to envision near indestructible money. An idea that, though forgotten, resonates in the present whenever innovation and necessity converge. In a world where technology dictates financial transactions, where money is increasingly intangible, from cards to cryptocurrencies, it's almost unfathomable to conceive that one of the most audacious ideas in this domain emerged from one of the planet's most overlooked nations over a century ago. Haiti, scarred by the vestiges of slavery, diplomatic seclusion, and economic destitution, dared to experiment with something that many wealthier countries hadn't even contemplated: a plastic currency as early as the 19th century. Gutta-percha banknotes were not conceived in sophisticated laboratories nor devised by prestigious central banks. They emerged from necessity, stemming from a paper shortage, the fight against counterfeiting, and the urgent need to provide a durable alternative to the populace. And in this process, they left an understated yet profound mark on the history of monetary innovation. The story of these banknotes reveals a potent lesson. When conditions are challenging, it is precisely in those moments that the most creative solutions emerge. Rather than waiting for external aid, Haiti reinvented what it could with what it had. And although this experiment did not achieve lasting success, it anticipated modern discussions about the durability, security, and functionality of physical money. A note resistant to time, water, and wear and tear, precisely what we now seek in polymer banknotes, adopted by numerous countries centuries later. However, this tale also compels us to contemplate how innovations can be overlooked, not due to a lack of merit, but rather through prejudice and geopolitical context. Had a European power conceived of immortal money, it likely would be enshrined in textbooks. Yet, originating from Haiti, a marginalized nation, the story was relegated to silent archives. Today, as we debate the future of money, from digital currencies to decentralized banking systems, it is worth remembering that the future has sometimes already been tested in the past, and that an idea, no matter how forgotten, can contain the seed of a revolution. If you enjoyed this story, please like this video, share it with someone who's also interested in economic curiosities, and of course, subscribe to the Mundo Enriquecedor channel. Here, you'll discover that money transcends mere numbers. It embodies narratives, challenges, and above all, human ingenuity. Leave your comments. Would you use a note made of plant-based resin? Do you believe physical banknotes still have a future? Or is the path digital? Your opinion matters and enriches this discussion. And if you're intrigued by more tales like this, be sure to check out the videos appearing on your screen now. Each one unveils a captivating chapter on how money has shaped and been shaped by civilizations. Because in the enriching world, currency is more than just a means of exchange. It is also memory, resistance, and above all, invention.